Hi guys. So first of all, I would like to thank you for all the love and support that I have received after posting my first video. All the sharing my videos, comments, messages, stuff, phone calls. uh, I didn't expect it really. Even if I had any expectations, that would really exceed them all. So thank you, especially after such a long period of disconnection. Um, so let's talk about that number 11 now. I'm sure everyone will relate because I have more and more inquiries about it, and even yesterday, a couple of friends with this life pet number called me. So let's talk about it. In numerology, when you see numbers that consist two same digits, like 11, 22, 33, and so on to 99, uh, they considered master numbers. And master numbers are really confusing. They consist confusion already within themselves. So, for instance, 11 consists of two ones. One is all about individuality, self confidence, initiation, innovation, creation, and um, two is all about partnerships and love and group dynamics, being helpful behind the scenes. And the real foundation energy of number 11 is 2 because it adds to 2. In astrology, we progress and we regress by houses. The houses are numbered and also express the given number energy. So, house 11 is Aquarius mansion. To me, it's a mansion. It's friendship's house. Aquarius is very social and doesn't really like to be alone. Um, this house really represents the level of acceptance of the whole group experience and all kinds of groups, um, friends, family, your community, school, church, country, nation, and also the whole global civilization. Um, this is house which also represents counsel and advice. Our hopes and wishes. And in a tangible form, it really becomes our legislation. Mm, and even if the counsel and advice is directed towards an individual, usually comes from groups, from friends and family. So really, 11th house is more about the movement of general events and our level of acceptance this or the socializing power within us, or also may show contrast between the side of us and the strength of one's mind and the strength of resistance to the circumstances. And remember that circumstances don't make a man, they only reveal him. And our past does not equal our future. So, 11, master number 11, is also called a visionary. It's we consider it the most intuitive out of all the numbers and master numbers. So, what really is intuition? Intuition is to see, but not to see just with our eyes, but to see with our soul and with all our senses. To do that and to trust our intuition, we need to be very receptive to all the hidden meanings. And sometimes it's not easy. Really, the doubt and confusion, not understanding yourself and not trusting your intuition is the downside of master number 11. That's why it's really confusing number, especially for the people with life pet number 11. So what really the life pet number is? We are all spiritual beings. We came here to have the physical experience. It's easy to be directed and follow expectations and judgments of our societies. But we also came here to um, participate and complete some greater purpose. Most of us doesn't really know what the greater purpose is, right? So if you have life path number 11, you might be exceptionally empathetic, and even though you sometimes it's overwhelming, all the gifts that you may have are really overwhelming because there's a fight inside almost all the time. Number 11 needs to make the decisions constantly, choose. And but the fact is, the life path number, it's not the expression or the personality number. Life path is what you're prone to attract over time. So the life path number, so your life path reveals itself later on based on your experience and all the challenges that you had in your life. So if you know your life path number in advance, it kind of reveals what's going to happen if you understand and learn what this number energies really require from you. Then you can work with it much more effectively. You can harness all your gifts and use them to achieve your greater purpose. Now, greater purpose of master number 11, it's really to connect with your intuition and trust it. Our intuition really allows us to connect with everything and everyone else, and thanks to this, help them and serve them better. And it's really great honor, isn't it? For me, it's the biggest honor. I guess that's my life path number. So, but I was really, really confused about this number for a long time. Everyone's, saying that they love in this number. Everyone is sending 1111. You're reading about it, but until you really, really feel it, you don't really understand it. So if you have this life path number, your life might be seen a little challenging. About with the reveal of life path number, we generate energy and we project our initiations of energies and the visions onto our circumstances, and then the environment sends this energy back to us. Sometimes doesn't really go together with what we envisioned, so that only means that this conflict inside still exists. Now we all have this master number somewhere. Look, 11th house, we progress by houses, is the friendships house, and counsel and advice. A lot of Aquarius people work as lawyers or bankers, financial advisors in all kinds of institutions like that. So we really all relate to it. And how to handle all this energy, because it's air energy, so it's really mental. And intuition is bringing the messages from the air and processing them in your body, because really the body, everything goes through our bodies. That's the experience that we have in here. So how to handle this energy? And I was thinking how to present it. I think the best will be the portal. Imagine that 11 is like a portal, and on one side of this portal we'll have all that confusion and circumstances and expectations and legislations and maybe not believing or knowing how to even get to the and how to hear your intuition really and listen to it and how to hear it clearly. So imagine that on the other side of this portal, it's so peaceful and there's such a clarity that it doesn't even require thinking. It doesn't require, or yeah, you think because you process, but it's completely just happens. In Tarot, 11 is represented by Justice. Justice is Libra card and it's also air energy. And Justice holds the scale of balance in one hand and the sword in another. And the sword is to cut through the confusion and bring the situation to balance and fairness. This card, Justice, wants to be just. This energy is just in the good meaning. Actually, even the pillars, it's kind of like the portal. Then, if you, the opposite to Aquarius, come into legislation, is Leo. Leo, very interesting that we have Star Regulus in Leo, but Leo it's more about expressing self and it's represented by a strength card. The mental energy though, justice and strength, that's why I mentioned strength. Justice and strength in some decks are with opposite numbers. Sometimes justice is 8 and strength is 11. Strength is 11. It's the strength of resistance that I mentioned. And so number 8, gosh, like to me, this is the anxiety energy that a lot of people with number 11, or especially nowadays with all the changing and unusual circumstances that we all have and we're feeling. This card may be talking to a lot, and it's really a lot of anxious energy in it. You see this figure, lady on this card, it's tied up and blindfolded and all the swords behind her. Basically, it's the feeling how you have no way to move. You don't see any way out. This is only in your head. As Tony Robbins says, once you in your head, you're dead. You have to get out of this, I hope, at least as soon as possible, to this kind of energy, which is 8 of Michael. It's on the same energy, but from Angels deck, and Angels, right away, they bring more calming and relaxing energy, but you have to call for them. They always with you, but you have to call for them. You have to remember to call. You see, this person is not tied up and not blindfolded. Yes, she still has one foot in the circle with the line, but the angel is above her and she's looking up. She's waiting for the messages. And the gate is again like a portal. Then if you add 11, you have 2. 2 of Swords, another mental energy that requires to make choices. And see, this person is blindfolded, but she's not tied up. She can just drop one of the swords or both and take the blindfolds off. So again, as Tony Robbins says, if you think there's only 2 choices, you're wrong. There must be a third one, always. So what's the third one? How to trust your intuition. You have to rise above it. You have to rise above the confusions. So when you know what this number requires from you, because when you see 1111, it's asking you to be in the moment and watch your emotions, watch your feelings, and if there are any anxieties, fears, confusions, is asking you to stay in the moment and rise above them. Tomorrow or the next day, I want to talk about planet Aries, Aries, which is in Aries right now with Mars, and on the 15th they go into conjunct, so it might be even more emotional and difficult day. So, but why I'm mentioning this right now, Aries in mythology was called Discordia, and she had sister Harmonia. So that was Discordia and Harmonia, and their later brother was spirituality. And when you work on yourself, remove your blocks, your expectations, because really, with doesn't matter where you have this number 11, just you may be requiring and expecting from yourself even more than from others, and all kinds of feelings might be creeping on you even if you're not showing this to others. So once you start working on yourself and calm this mental energy, meditate a little bit more, it's something amazing really happens. It's like you're able to rise above it and see clearly and be in this peace. And also, all of a sudden, you are able to feel the contrast what's within you and from all the environment and whatever you want to connect with. And then you can process the contrast, and you can know, that's where you can connect with others. So that's really beautiful, at least to me. I hope this video helped, and if you have any questions, if you're struggling with emotions nowadays, and I know it's really not easy, give me a call. Maybe I can help somehow. The last 2 years I basically spent on working on myself, and I share this life path number with many of you. So all the best to you, from one number 11 to another. Much love, peace.